Welcome everyone. First I want to thank Simply Brass Quintet. I think they've already snuck out, but it was amazing to have some live music, so thank you. Maybe they'll hear us as they pack up. My name is Katie Walters, and I'm the Executive Director of Leadership Kitsap. And on behalf of the Leadership Kitsap Foundation and the Leadership Kitsap Board of Directors, welcome to Leadership Kitsap's 20 Under 40. So traditionally, this program will be held in January. And this year, we crossed our fingers and took a deep breath and thought, what if we push this program to May? Maybe we'll be able to celebrate our honorees in person. And here we are. So yay! And I don't know about you, but we were talking earlier that I kind of feel like I'm getting away with something. Like, no mask, I'm dressed up. This is weird, but thank you for going along on this ride with us. So with Columbia Hospitality, we are thrilled to be leading the way to welcome back in-person, safe, and meaningful events. So thank you for being here. Of course, things are still a little different. We have the plexi, and there's a lot of hand washing, and we're welcoming our Zoom audience tonight. Hi, Zoom. So we'll try and incorporate them as well. So thank you so much for joining us in person and joining us virtually. We have a really special evening planned for you. So earlier this year, we set out to identify exceptional business and civic leaders on the Kitsap Peninsula under the age of 40 who are dynamic trailblazers, those making a great impact in business, philanthropy, and in their communities. With the community's help, we had over 50 outstanding nominees. Our independent panel of judges then had the very, very difficult decision to narrow it down to just 20 honorees. So our honorees this evening are top leaders in their organization and industry and demonstrate a commitment to the Kitsap community. Tonight, we are here to share their stories, including inspirational stories of leadership and triumph through a global pandemic. And we're really here to celebrate their successes. And all of this would not be possible without the support of our host this evening, the Kitsap Conference Center, and our media partners, the Kitsap Sun and Kitsap Peninsula Business Journal. So now it's my pleasure to welcome to the stage Tiffany Schneck, the General Manager of Kitsap Conference Center, and David Nelson, Editor of the Kitsap Sun.
All right. Thank you, Katie. And what a great event you've put on. So much work. Good evening and welcome to the beautiful Kitsap Conference Center. Again, my name is Tiffany Schenk. I am the general manager here and welcome you back to this great gathering place of Kitsap. We've missed the community gatherings, trade shows, excitement, weddings, all of that. These events, they carried mingling, laughter, sometimes tears, and an event like tonight, the celebration and wonderful applause. 2020 and the beginning of 2021 have been difficult for each one of us. Tonight, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being here, both in person as well as all of you Zoomers from home. Congratulations to all of you nominees. Be proud of your hard work and achievements. And I'm going to leave you with, don't forget those of us over the age of 40 who are just trying to keep up with you young and extremely sharp minds. Thank you.
Well, I'll echo real quick what these guys said, that it is wonderful to see people's faces, be next to you, shake hands tonight as we kind of shake off that Zoom rust. And the one thing I'm going to say is when your honoree gets their name called, remember to unmute your microphone before you cheer for them. My name is David Nelson, and I'm the editor of the Kitsap Sun and the Kitsap Peninsula Business Journal. And this was formerly our event that we were the hosts of. It's been going on for more than a decade now. And a couple years ago, we were sitting around at the event, and I happened to be sitting next to a Leadership Kitsap board member. And he and I were talking, and it was there was a vision to make this award a little more engaging with the recipients, a little more engaging with the community, and kind of level it up. And I was sitting next to the right organization, because as we talked more about what Leadership Kitsap does and about what we want this award to do, it made so much sense to start talking about working with them. Katie got involved and really took off. And the last time we were up here, well, it would have been January, a year and a half ago, they took their first crack at it, did a good job, and then she was handed with a pandemic to work through. And we all had to work through that. It was very difficult. And so, like she says, they stuck with it. They still kept the faith that you could have this again, and here we are sitting in person. And I'm so happy to be able to do that, and I think it's going to stick out in my memory that this was the first thing to come back and do. So all of you honorees, you're going to get your applause later, so I'm not going to give you that right now, but what I want to do is have everyone give a real round of applause for Katie for what she's done and her team to pull this off again.
That was unnecessary because, as you know, it takes a whole tribe of people to help with this, so thank you. So thank you, Tiffany and David. It's now my pleasure to introduce you to our MC for this evening, Tina Bright. And Tina has a long history of service to the Kitsap community. Notably, she was the capital campaign manager for the Salvation Army in Bremerton, raising $3.7 million, which is for their new building, which is now open and providing vital services to the Bremerton homeless community. Tina founded the Willow Charitable Foundation and edited and promoted the local memoir on homelessness, Breakfast at Sally's. She has traveled across the country and worked with local schools to bring needed conversation on homelessness to the next generation of problem solvers. Most people know Tina from her business of 25 years, Christina Marie Designs, as a celebrated jewelry artist, designer, and stylist. She is also a talented vocalist and performer. Tina has shared her talent and expertise serving on many advisory committees and boards across Kitsap. We are honored to have her hosting you this evening. Tina.
Good evening. There we go. It's going to be our dance this evening. We got an extra mic so we don't have to do quite so much back and forth. Everybody have to shift through their closet to get past the sweats and find something to wear. That's what I was doing. I was like, I have clothes here somewhere. So it's my pleasure to be with you this evening. First, I'd like to acknowledge all of the elected officials that are here tonight. Please stand and let us thank you for your service. U.S. Representative Derek Kilmer, Senator Emily Randall, and Bremerton Port Commissioner Carrie Oaksman. And thank you again to our event sponsors. Earlier this month, we held a very fun honoree VIP meet and greet event at Crane's Castle Brewing. Thank you to Dan and Megan Crenenberg for hosting us. Thank you again to the Kitsap Sun, Kitsap Peninsula Business Journal, and the Kitsap Conference Center. Especially thanks to their staff for their wonderful hors d'oeuvres, signature cocktail, and hospitality this evening. We would also like to take a moment to thank our chamber partners, Bremerton, Port Orchard, Paulsbo, and Silverdale Chambers of Commerce, and our event partners, Bremerton-Kitsap Access Television, filming tonight, and Three Leaves Design. Thank you to this evening's table sponsors, Bremerton School District, Brookside Landscape and Design, Bushel and Barrel Cider House, Carrie and Carrie Bozeman, Crabtree Brands, Forest Ridge, Holly Ridge Center, Kids Discovery Museum, Kitsap Community Foundation, Kitsap County Parks Department, Kitsap Credit Union, Kitsap Regional Library, Leadership Kitsap, Perkins Coie, Silverdale Chamber of Commerce, Vibe Co-works, and Virginia Mason Franciscan Health. Now, here we go. We almost forget how to do this, right? Thank you to our independent panel of judges, David Nelson, editor of the Kitsap Sun, Lucretia Robertson, Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion at Kitsap Regional Library, and Jennifer Strong, VP, Retail Branch and Sales Manager at First Security Bank. It is now my pleasure to welcome United States Representative Derek Kilmer to the stage. Representative Kilmer serves as our United States Representative for Washington's 6th Congressional District, where he is focused on getting our economy and our Congress back to work. We are honored to have him join us this evening to greet our honorees.
Hello. I gotta tell you, I'm actually really excited to be here. It's been 15 months since I've been in this building, and I got a lot to say. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the next 45 minutes. I'm sorry, 4 to 5 minutes. In all seriousness, I am thrilled to be here tonight. There was a brass band playing Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. I mean, the food and drink looks spectacular. We should give it up for the team at the conference center for doing such a phenomenal job. I was going to say it's my first event that wasn't on Zoom, but hey, everybody on Zoom. But I got to tell you, this is one of my favorite nights of the year where we get to celebrate some remarkable leaders for our community. And probably like a lot of you, I've spent most of the last 15 months just focused on trying to help people and encouraging people to stay positive and talking to my friends about what I'm streaming on television. And I guess given that I've spent 15 months doing those three things, maybe that's what I want to spend the next few minutes talking with you about tonight. Tonight I just have three main messages for you. First, some of you may already know this, but before running for office, I worked about a decade in economic development, just trying to get more jobs here in our region. And when I worked in economic development, I always wanted elected officials to just say one thing to local businesses, to nonprofits, to people who are making a difference in their community. And it's my first of three messages to you tonight, and it's pretty simple. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you for investing in your community. Thank you for employing people. Thank you for educating people. Thank you for building a home and a life here. You know, this past year, folks have had to drastically adapt to changing conditions. They had to find innovative ways to reach customers. Community events had to be canceled or postponed to May. Countless parents, just like me, had to come to terms with the fact that they had forgotten middle school math. But through all of this, a rather unwavering truth has stood pretty clear to me, and that is, this community is really resilient. You know, so thank you for being part of building that resilience. And that brings me to my second message of the night, and that is, I'm really bullish about the future of Kitsap County. I think that warranted more than tepid applause, but listen, I know this last year has been the pits, but you know, if you think about some of the assets of this, we are really lucky. I mean, just look out our window and, well, not right now, but later, look out when I'm talking to you. But later, look out the window. You know, we have so many cool small businesses. You know, just tonight we are honoring businesses doing landscape and business coaching and graphic design and local community banks and a destination that I intend to hit, a cider house, just to name a few. But beyond that, Kitsap County is lucky because it has leaders like those who are being honored tonight. When I look at the honorees tonight, I have two reactions. First, I feel old. It totally bumps me out that I'm no longer under 40. To the honorees tonight, your knees will get worse. But second, and more importantly, I'm just so incredibly psyched about the important stuff you're doing. The people here in this room are doing big things. They're helping community members build new businesses. They're operating local businesses. They're helping to employ people. They're helping to transform our communities through become more strong and more artistic and healthier. Some even work in politics and public service, and I pray for them. I really do. So why do I share this with you? Well, first, because I just want you to celebrate some of these local assets, yourselves included. It's easy sometimes, if you live here, to just lose sight of how cool this community is. But second, I highlight some of these assets because we need to keep them. You know, as we look to build out of this pandemic, we need to hold on to some of these, and we need to wrap our arms around some of these amazing employers because we're going to count on them to help us improve our economy. And we got to make sure we're wrapping our arms around some of these educators that are being honored tonight and keep making those investments in skills and training. I'm psyched that we're honoring some educational leaders tonight because what you do matters. Looking at you, Table 13. And we got to make sure policymakers have your back. I also think we got to do stuff. You know, I was talking to Denise Fry about the work that we're doing around infrastructure to fix the problems at Gorst, and we got to do more than that. It's not just roads and bridges. We need to modernize our electrical grid and combat the climate crisis and invest in wastewater and stormwater. And I'm actually psyched that Congress is thinking about doing something on that. And when we talk about infrastructure, we need to also bridge that digital divide so that those folks can watch on Zoom and that the folks I represent don't have to visit Kitsap Regional Library, and I know you have an honoree here tonight, just to get onto the internet. This year, we learned that our broadband infrastructure is infrastructure, and we learned that it can determine whether or not you can get health care, or whether your kid can keep learning, or whether you can keep operating your business, and it's part of the reason that I'm working on trying to bridge that digital divide too. And that brings me to my third and final message of the night. The other important value of adequate broadband, and perhaps the only positive of the past year, and that is, I'm referring to the hours that we got to spend binge watching television. The shows that I've watched over this past year not only entertained and distracted me, but they also shared some amazing lessons that I took along the way. Don't believe me? Here's the deal. For example, over COVID, I watched far too much Parks and Rec, a show that taught us to remember what's important in life. Leslie Knope said we need to remember what's important in life. Friends, waffles, work. Or waffles, friends, work. Doesn't matter, but work is third. I actually think folks in Kitsap County do a pretty good job of heeding that lesson, making sure that their time matters, building community, finding balance. It's why folks live here. Over this past year, I watched every season of The West Wing, a show about how to do public service, and every episode of Veep, a show about how not to do public service. But the lesson of those shows, quite simply, is that public service matters and that each of us has a role to play. And I'm grateful to the awardees tonight for the fact that you direct so many of your powers toward revitalizing our civic life and going to that extra community meeting or advocating for local change. I appreciate that Kitsap County has that sense. My daughter's favorite show to binge watch over this last year was Gilmore Girls. 154 episodes of Gilmore Girls. That opening song that I've heard 154 times coming through my ceiling. Where you lead, I will follow. Anywhere you tell me to. If you need me to be with you, I will follow where you lead. But here's the deal. The lesson of that's pretty clear. Be a leader. That's why we are recognizing tonight's honorees. You are key leaders in our community, and the rest of the song is not about being a follower. It's about being loyal and being there for people. and not under any circumstances following Logan up any towers or getting on a motorcycle with Jess. And seriously, stay away from Dean. Okay, now I'm just being a protective dad. Or what about the first show that we watched over COVID, Tiger King? Actually, there are no lessons in Tiger King. I'm just kidding. But my favorite show, and I want to end with this, my favorite show over the past year was The Good Place, which if you haven't seen it, it's streaming on Netflix, and you must watch it. Where Eleanor Shellstrop spends time in the afterlife to get her head around a simple question. What do we owe each other? In recognizing tonight's honorees, we tip our hat to them for making a positive difference, for stepping up not just for themselves, but for our community, in demonstrating the difference we can make when we care about what we owe each other. You know, whether we're talking about business leaders or nonprofit leaders or educational leaders, you all deserve a spot in the good place. Each of the leaders being recognized tonight have a different story. Some have built systems to solve big problems like connecting people that are looking for skills with those who have specific expertise. In times of uncertainty and isolation, others have lifted our spirits and brought the arts or our parks into our lives. Others have been knee-deep in community service, helping their neighbors be healthy and fed, connecting folks in our community to key resources like housing and public health. You've helped kids. We've seen entrepreneurs who have super cool ventures that help make Kitsap County the place that it is. We have some amazing leaders tonight that should give every single person in our community confidence that our future is going to be really bright, and that is awesome. So, you know, let me end with this. I recently read the most popular show to watch over the past year was The Office. And there may not be many lessons to take from The Office other than I really like Jim Halpert. But Michael Scott had many stumbles, but always tried to celebrate the people he was with. He even made an award show, the Dundies. So tonight, to tonight's honorees, please know that on behalf of your community, we're proud of you. We're proud to recognize you as the 20 under 40. And if I could, I would give you a Dundie. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for what you do. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Congressman Kilmer. You laugh, but I didn't go down those stairs because I'm worried about my knees. Since 2005, our community has been recognizing the contribution of dynamic young leaders in the business community. You play in their parks, dine in their restaurants, conduct business with them, sit on philanthropic boards with them, solve complex community problems with them, and run organizations with them. They have an innovative entrepreneurial spirit that propels our Kitsap economy today and will for years to come. It is my pleasure to introduce you to our 2021 20 under 40 honorees. Our first honoree is Sarah Chamberlain. Sarah is the Executive Director of St. Michael Medical Center Foundation. During the past 3 years, Sarah and her team secured nearly $4 million through the Realizing the Future, Expanding Healthcare, Improving Lives fundraising initiative to support the new St. Michael Medical Center Silverdale campus. As a liaison between the medical center and the community, Sarah meets with local civic groups multiple times per year to share updates, projects, and resources to help our community thrive. Sarah serves on the Leadership Kitsap Board of Directors, where she directs her talent for collaboration and innovation to her support of LIFT, Kitsap Women's Leadership Network. Sarah is committed to the common goal of a healthier community supported by the impact of philanthropy and service to others. Congratulations, Sarah.
Thank you, everybody. It's such an honor to be amongst so many incredible leaders for our community. I just want to say that I'm really passionate about the work that I do at St. Michael Medical Center Foundation, and extremely thankful to the leadership at St. Michael and Virginia Mason Franciscan Health. And I just want to say for everybody in the room tonight that has mentored me over the years, thank you so much for supporting me and the work. Thank you.
Anna Choi, CEO and founder of Conscious Business Coaching. Anna is a Forbes author, TEDx speaker, business energy coach, certified brain power wellness instructor, homeschool teacher, yoga instructor, and Taekwondo artist black belt in training. Anna started her first socially responsible financial planning business, Inside Out Investing, grossing 6 figures by age 25. After taking a sabbatical to start a family, she founded Joy Sprout Productions, an event consulting for social impact, during which she was also a self-expression and leadership program leader. As founder and licensee of TEDx Bellevue and TEDx Bellevue Women, she helped create a cross-sector collaboration among community leaders to build a common vision focused on sustainable happiness. Anna serves on the Advisory Council for Bremerton-Kitsap Access Television, is a Kitsap Community Foundation ambassador, and a founding 40 member of Vibe Co-works. Anna continues to use her business and passion to help transform our economy from being solely profit-based to happiness-based. Congratulations, Anna.
Always have to do that. Thank you so much. I have moved here just 3.5 years ago from Seattle and felt so welcome here in this community. How I describe this area is it's like family, and people who you don't even know care and reach out and say, hi, how are you? So I really appreciate the welcomeness of this area, as well as during the pandemic, which is really hard for many businesses, being able to see their resiliency and help them be super creative with all the different obstacles and challenges that came up. And so I'm just so inspired by each and every one of the businesses here and the community members to really be resilient and do whatever it took to create a thriving community that we have today. Thank you so much.
Carrie Crabtree. Carrie is the e-commerce director for Crabtree Brands. As in-house brand strategist for Crabtree Brands, which include Crabtree Kitchen and Bar, Chocmo, and High Spirits, Carrie ensures the family brand stays true to its culture, values, and vision. Mid-2019, she helped launch an e-commerce site for High Spirits, moving a locally recognized brand to regional notoriety, along with growing sales, delivery, and shipping. Giving back and community connection are core values of the Crabtree brand. For the past 7 years, Carrie has helped create lasting partnerships with local nonprofits, such as North Kitsap Fish Line and the West Sound Wildlife Shelter, as part of the Crabtree Community Collaborations Program. Carrie has also volunteered for the Paulsbo Fire Department as a volunteer EMT and engaged with their community education and outreach programs. She is praised by her coworkers for her leadership and integrity. Carrie earned her first dollar as a swim instructor at North Kitsap Community Pool. Congratulations, Carrie.
Thank you, everyone. I'm normally the behind-the-scenes person. My husband, Peter Crabtree, is normally the one up here, so this is different. But I am grateful and honored to be amongst the group tonight, as well as this community. So we moved here when I was 11, and it's always been home. And thank you. Thank you guys.
Pablo Flores. Pablo is an English language learner, bilingual paraeducator, Naval Avenue Early Learning Center, Bremerton School District. Pablo brings his experience as an immigrant and professional film composer and music producer to inspire his students. He works with teachers to integrate music and song into their lessons. Once school moved to connected learning online, Pablo continued this work by creating videos for teachers to use to enhance their lessons and help students continue to feel a part of the classroom community. He assisted the Greater Bremerton School District community by providing translation for both Spanish and native Mayan language speakers to help parents and families navigate the changes in schooling due to COVID. Pablo is a skilled multi-instrumentalist, gifted in both teaching and performing his own original work, as well as the work of others. He helped establish the Kitsap Musician Project, a collaborative group of songwriters, performers that produced 2 successful BCAP music television shows, showcasing local musicians to raise money for the United Way and local families impacted by COVID-19. Congratulations, Pablo.
Buenas noches con todos. Es un placer estar aquí. Good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here and be celebrated. I would like to thank Leadership Kitsap for this wonderful award program. And I have a few people that I work with that I would like to thank. I want to thank Julie Farrell for going above and beyond, supporting me in my job and making it easier for me. I want to thank John Welsh for being a good leader at our Naval Avenue School where I work at, and Dr. Aaron Lebel for being a great superintendent of the district I love being a part of, and Karen Givers for nominating me. Everybody's at that table if you want to take a look. You can be in the spotlight too. And obviously my wife for her continued support and patience when I work long hours, weekends, supporting families most of the time are illiterate and don't know how to do life here because they're new to the country or they don't speak English, and so I love helping them. It fulfills me. Also, I would like to thank really quick Rick Cortez and Paula Rupo for their words of advice at my workplace every day. Thank you so much.
Adam Goyde. Adam is the owner-manager of Brookside Landscape and Design. Adam is a lifelong resident of Kitsap County with a history of service and giving back to the community. Prior to starting his own company, Adam served our country in the U.S. Marine Corps and Reserves. He began Brookside Landscape and Design in 2016, providing outstanding landscape installations to the Kitsap area. Brookside's high level of service and sustainable landscape practices has earned them several Best of West Sound, Kitsap, Central Kitsap, and Bremerton awards. Brookside strives to follow the mantra of people, process, product. Each week, Adam holds education sessions with his employees focused on leadership, personal growth, communication, business, and teamwork. In addition, he annually asks his employees to pick a nonprofit that resonates with them, and Brookside donates $250 to the nonprofit in their name. In 2020, Brookside contributed over $5,000 to local nonprofits. Adam is recognized for his high standard of excellence, both personally and professionally. Congratulations, Adam.
A little taller than the microphone. Anyways, thank you for everyone that was involved in considering me in this. 5 years ago, my daughter was born, and the very next week I came home from work and told my wife that we were going to start a business, and after a long, very fruitful conversation that evening, she agreed, so thank you for going on this journey with me in Brookside Landscape and Design. I also want to thank my mom, who's always been here for me, my in-laws, and everyone else who's supported me, all of our great clients, and of course our team, the without my employees, really, Brookside Landscape and Design is nothing. So, thank you again.
Alex Hardy. Alex is the Marketing and Events Supervisor for Kitsap County Parks Department. Alex has a passion for community service and a desire to make a difference in people's lives. Through the process of engaging employees, coworkers, and the community, she has helped move the mission of the Kitsap County Parks Department forward, advocating for the importance of parks and recreation in our community. She has empowered her department to create safe gathering places, provide trails and open spaces for individuals to stay fit and healthy, protect the community's natural resources and wild habitats, and compassionately address homelessness in community parks. She leads the initiative to drive community outreach and engagement to increase community interest and volunteerism in parks and recreation. By example, Alex volunteers at her children's schools with her athletic teams, as well as teaches kids to swim. Congratulations, Alex.
Now I have to lower it. All right. Well, good evening, and thank you all for being here. It's really an honor to be here this evening and to be selected as one of the 20 under 40 for Kitsap County. I want to start out by thanking my parents for always leading by example and showing me the way showing me what it means to be a strong leader. Without their ongoing, unconditional love and support, I would not be here. Also want to thank my family, my husband and kids who put up with my long hours, long days, and I come home to a clean house and dinner on the table, so I wouldn't be able to do it without them. I also want to thank Ashley Dupler, who nominated me, and my Parks family. I'm glad people have binge watched Parks and Rec, because when I describe my job, it's really like a never-ending episode of Parks and Rec. Every day is something new. At the fairgrounds, we have a mini horse barn, so we have room for a little Sebastian. But through COVID this year, my team and I have really grown together. Right now, we're currently operating at 28% staffing deficit, and we're still able to provide 73 parks and 11,000 acres to our community. And on top of that, we've opened all of our athletic fields and a lot of our community buildings so we can start having these gatherings again. And I couldn't do it without my team behind me. They inspire me each and every day to be a better person. So thank you.
Sarah Hatfield. Sarah is the Career and Technical Education Director at South Kitsap School District. Sarah leads one of the largest CTE programs in Washington State with 145 course offerings in 16 different pathways district-wide in 7th through 12th grade. Her program leadership has earned her many accolades. Her work focuses on the labor needs of the region and prepares students with real-world technical job skills for life beyond high school. She has served as the region chair for the Great Northwest Area Group of CTE Directors for the past 5 years. Sarah is also an adjunct professor at Olympic College in the CTE Teachers Preparation Program, Introduction to CTE and Safety in the Classroom. Sarah is a longtime member of the South Kitsap Rotary and supports relationships between the school, community organizations, and local businesses. Focused on teaching the whole student, she builds student leaders and engages them in community service. She continually strives to improve Kitsap and support student success by moving her industry forward. Congratulations, Sarah.
Thank you. Can everybody hear me? Can I get a thumbs up? I appreciate First Leadership Kitsap making this available. I'm coming off of surgery, so I appreciate being able to come to you in this capacity right now. But really, I think what the last year and a half has taught me is just to be thankful for my family, and my wife and our kids. We played a lot of Yahtzee. I don't win often, but I'm thankful for the support that I have at home and the long hours that they support me with. But as I listened to her read that, my accomplishments are because of the teachers, the students, the administration, and the community that supports career and technical education. And that only works with business partnerships, supporting and remembering what it was like to be a high school student and a middle school student, trying to figure out what you were doing and giving them opportunity. So I believe and am passionate about the students that we have in our schools will one day, I made it into this group by 2 years. I was lucky. I thought I was going to fall short of that, but we have more leaders that are coming up underneath us, and I know everyone in the room is behind them, and so just want partnerships to help support those students, and I'm thankful to be here tonight. Would love to be in person I know a few people in the room, and this is not my style. I'm definitely more of a social person, so jealous to not be there, but thankful to have this opportunity. So thank you to everybody, and looking forward to partnering with you to support students in our region. Thank you.
Our next honoree is Anthony Jones. Anthony is an associate attorney with Perkins Coie LLP. Anthony is an enrolled member of the Port Gamble Squallen tribe, attorney and coastal Salish artist. He bears the ancestral name Cooking Hun. He was North Kitsap High School's first Native American valedictorian in 2004 and graduated from MIT in 2008 and Washington University St. Louis School of Law in 2011. After 8 years as a tribal attorney for the Tulalip tribes, he now practices intellectual property law at Perkins Coie and is the Northwest Indian Bar Association president. By example and through organizational service, Anthony seeks to make the legal profession a more welcoming place for Native American people and other people of color. Anthony serves on the board of the environmental nonprofit Earth Corps, developing leaders to strengthen community and restore the health of our environment. He carries forward the traditions of his tribal community through song, language, and craft. His works of art can be found on the Washington State Ferry and Chimicum, as well as in the Burke Museum collection at the University of Washington. In all my efforts as a lawyer, as an artist, as a father, I have found that success is possible by following the teachings of my family and my culture. Congratulations, Anthony.
Thank you. You nailed the pronunciation, by the way. Thank you for that. It's Kwachi Siam. Good evening, honored guests. Today is a good day. Congratulations to my fellow honorees. Thank you to Leadership Kitsap for this recognition. And thank you to my family, including my beautiful wife Hannah, my children who are watching at home, and my parents for their constant, unwavering support. Thank you to Gina Steiner from the Port Gamble-Squallen tribe for the nomination. Thank you to Jeremy Sullivan and the Port Gamble-Squallen tribe for supporting my application here. Thank you to Perkins Coie for their sponsorship tonight. Thanks to Christopher and Stephanie Davy Watson and Steve Bishop. And just to everybody here tonight, I say hot mix and thank you very much.
Melissa Catrell. Melissa is the owner of Bushel and Barrel Cider House, project manager of PSNS and IMF. Melissa is a Navy veteran, business owner, assistant project superintendent for the USS Michigan project, and published author. Melissa owns and operates Beaver Bend Farm and Bushel and Barrel Cider House. Bushel and Barrel is Kitsap's first established cidery and was a 2018 Kitsap Bank Edge 3 Fund finalist for its mission and community impact. Melissa uses her cider house to promote fellowship and donates a percentage of profits to local charities and projects. As a project manager for PSNS IMF, Melissa was honored as a 2020 Employee of the Year and is an active mentor with the command. As the COVID-19 pandemic spread, Melissa found herself stuck in Myanmar due to pandemic travel restrictions. She used the time to complete her book, My Wanderlust Diaries, inspired by her solo backpacking adventures across the globe. Her contribution to the world full of kindred spirits that enjoy living life outside their normal time zone and comfort zone. Melissa's life is truly an epic adventure. Congratulations, Melissa.
Thank you so much. I am absolutely honored to be here today. So I first off just want to say thank you to everyone at Table 4. So these folks represent me on every way, shape, and form, whether it's from me being a young Navy girl trying to learn how to homebrew, to joining the shipyard, and whether we were going head and head for jobs, we're working our butt off, fixing warships and having a good time while we did it. And to now, who you see here in front of you. So the folks that have supported me in starting this business, and to my partner and to my, in life and in business, thank you for getting this started. And now I'm the proud owner with a Bushel and Barrel Cider House, who you've heard of. And it has become not only just a source of my identity, but a source of purpose. And everyone at that table is a part of it. So thank you for being here. And thank you, Leadership Kitsap and Congressman. That was a really moving speech. Being a leader, it's hard, but it's supposed to be, right? So everyone here, if you guys know the leaders that are your honorees, you know that they're probably very talented in juggling many plates, you know, just being able to spin so many things at one time. You know, it leads me from, you know, changing for this gala in a shipyard parking garage from steel toes to heels. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's hard, but that's what you got to do sometimes. And I made it to cocktail hours, one of the first ones here. And they're good. That high-riser cocktail is really good. But anyway, thank you guys. Being a leader is tough. When you want to take a nap, you don't, because the purpose is bigger than yourself, and you guys all know that. So thank you so much. I'm honored to be here.
Matthew Macklin. Matthew is the Executive Director of Forest Ridge Health and Rehabilitation Center, the leading provider of long-term skilled nursing care and short-term rehabilitation in Bremerton. Matthew is a compassionate healthcare administrator recognized for raising standards of care and service in the organizations he has led. He believes we have a collective duty to protect and promote safety, quality healthcare, and quality of life for all of our county's residents, young and old. Matthew is a member of the Morning Rotary Club of Port Orchard. He is a former advisory board member for Terry's House Coffee Oasis Port Orchard. Matthew has also served on several education public service related nonprofit boards and has provided pro bono legal assistance to Chicago Legal Aid. Congratulations, Matthew.
First, whose idea was it to put the celebrity touch on it? But I had to work on my non-mask COVID smile. I used to think you have to smile. Look. But seriously, thank you. It's great to be acknowledged. To be in company with so many great, aspiring folks here in Kitsap. I am not a Kitsap native. I've been to Kitsap previously to moving here. I've been all over the country. But my family decided to make this home for a lot of reasons. I don't have to go through the exhaustive list. You all live here too, most of you, so you know why you're here. It's a place of extreme diversity, believe it or not. We might look at that differently here, but where I'm from, Kitsap represents a lot more than just how someone looks. It's a place of great opportunity and beauty. It is a laundry list of things that is but has been well kept as a secret, I think. But again, it's great to be part of this community. I want to thank my team. A lot of them were with me tonight. My mother, some providers that are also like family. Some of them are family. My wife, Amanda. The team this last year in COVID, it didn't wind down for us in healthcare. As many of you may know, we had a COVID outbreak at Forest that was pretty exhaustive, pretty extensive. We were chasing our tails. We caught things before we had an opportunity to be vaccinated, before we knew much about the virus, and as soon as it hit, we were behind the 8 ball immediately. The team taught me a lot. They showed me Kitsap perseverance, the call to duty. There was not a wavering moment. Many of them, I couldn't keep out of the building when we were at a point where we were so short-staffed and people were so sick that we didn't have enough coverage to cover patients. And they were in themselves taking care of people with COVID, having COVID. Going through that, I can't imagine. It's traumatic enough for someone to experience the fear that comes with COVID, but also to be more concerned about those around you is not an abnormal occurrence at Forest Ridge and really in Kitsap. These are our community members that I'm speaking about. So again, it's great to be acknowledged with each and every one of you. It's great to have the opportunity to lead such a fantastic group of people at Forest, and I'm so glad and happy that my wife doesn't watch Kilmer Girls. But if I told you what she watched, it probably would embarrass her. Housewives.
John Morrissey. John is the Business Development Manager for Kitsap Credit Union and most recently managed the downtown Bremerton corporate office branch, tripling loan balances within the past 5 years. He believes in investing in his staff, as great humans make great employees. John is committed to supporting the business community and enhancing the quality of life in Bremerton as the current president of the Downtown Bremerton Association and chairman of the Bremerton Chamber of Commerce. John also serves on the Kitsap Public Facilities District Board of Directors and is a recent Kitsap Community Resources Board member. His motto is, "Make the world a little better each and every day." Congratulations, John.
Thank you. I'm humbled to be counted among the folks here tonight. And I've served alongside some of you throughout the past several years, but I think all of us have one thing in common. We're surrounded by a great group of people that help make these achievements possible. So I surrounded myself with them tonight, and I'd like to thank, first of all, Kitsap Credit Union for allowing me the capacity to serve this great county, for my friends Eric and Courtney, who generally have to put up with me talking to somebody each time we're out and about, and most especially to my family. My son's here tonight, and to my wife. We've been through a lot in the last 2 years. We made it, and I couldn't have done any of it without all of you. So thank you.
Holly Moss. Holly is the owner of Spark Commons, product developer and maker of Frog Soap, owner and creator Ditzy Dahlia. A lifetime Kitsap County resident, Holly is an entrepreneur with a heart for supporting the Bremerton business community. As the owner of Spark Commons, she has created a loyal and growing co-working community. As a product developer for Frog Soap, Holly has helped expand their eco-friendly, sustainable product line and customer base. She is an active member of the Downtown Bremerton Association and has hosted and coordinated countless community events, including parades, art walks, ladies' night out, and green drinks networking events. Holly is also a master gardener and volunteers with the WSU Master Gardener Foundation of Kitsap County and WSU Washington State Forest Steward Program. Her latest project is Ditzy Dahlia, the creative marketplace to help support local causes, and the Multiple Sclerosis Foundation, a cause close to her heart. Congratulations, Holly.
I did write a little something, because by the letter M and a couple cocktails, you forget what you're going to say. I have to say, Kitsap County truly has the best shining stars. I'm honored to be a part of this group. Congratulations to everyone this evening. Thank you to Leadership Kitsap for all that you do. I won't break the world record for the longest thank you speech of 6 minutes set in the 1942 Oscars, but thank yous are due. Thank you to my husband Chris and my daughter Ella for being on this adventurous ride, for your patience, and for cheering me on. My business partner Maureen for leaping with me and buying a co-working space almost 3 years ago. We have come so far. To our wonderful members of Spark Commons who have become more like family this last year, thank you. From Laura from Frogstove, who lets me create and take the lead. I can't wait to see what's next. And thank you to over the 40 different organizations that let me be a part of something really great in Kitsap County, especially the Master Gardener Foundation of Kitsap County and the Downtown Bremerton Association. And to my parents who realized I was going to do things my own way, especially my mom, who I miss and love dearly. Thank you.
Ashley Oaksman. Ashley is a Silverdale Library branch manager at Kitsap Regional Library. Ashley began her library career in Texas and became the Bexar County Bibliothèque Digital Library head librarian. Say that 10 times fast. Holy smokes. The only librarian on a team that launched the first all-digital public library to support residents in low-income area book deserts. This work earned her national and international attention. Today, Ashley is bringing her experience and vision to developing plans for and engaging staff and community stakeholders around a new Silverdale library, slated to open by the end of 2021. She is praised by her colleagues for the role she played in creating best practices for new library services during the pandemic. Ashley serves her community as a Silverdale Rotarian and Rotary Board member, Silverdale Chamber member, and Leadership Kitsap Board member. She helped launch and co-lead LK Reads, book group for busy professionals, and assisted with LIFT, Kitsap Women's Leadership Network. Ashley is also a local fine artist and business owner. Congratulations, Ashley.
I've spoken at enough Leadership Kitsap events now that Katie knows that I can be rather long-winded. Specifically at a Leadership Kitsap graduation where me and my co-presenter provided a lot of unscripted banter. And so I made sure to bring a script this time. I want to say thank you to Leadership Kitsap and for the judges for this honor. Thank you to Shannon Peterson and David Emmons for their nominations and constant encouragement. Thank you to my husband Ben for being an incredibly supportive partner. And thank you to Kitsap Regional Library and Jill Jean, Table 17. And I'm so thankful to be in an organization and working with people that inspire me every day. I had a conversation a couple months ago with Gary Bozeman, right over here, and he shared that a mark of a strong, healthy community for him was a place that grew new leaders, kept leaders, and continued to bring leaders into the community. I don't know if he remembers this, but it really resonated with me, that conversation. And I lived and worked in about 7 different counties in a number of states, and I think there's something really special about Kitsap. And I think Carrie Bozeman really hit the nail on the head there. And so even though I don't have my wine glass up here, I thought it would look a little odd in the photo. If everyone could just raise a glass, I know this is unprecedented, but raise a glass and toast the community leaders in our lives. Those that supported us in our journeys, whether they're in this room or not. I feel like, we're here because of them, and so am I. So here's to making Kitsap even better for the future. Thank you.
Emily Randall. Emily is our Washington State Senator for the 26th Legislative District. As the youngest member of the Washington State Senate, Emily works every day to engage young voices in the political and legislative process. She prides herself on being highly accessible, authentic, and relatable. She is motivated by the values of service to country and community instilled in her by her family, teachers, coaches, pastor, and neighbors. Emily is the majority caucus whip for the 2021-2022 biennium and was chosen by her colleagues to serve as chair of the Senate Higher Education and Workforce Development Committee. She is inspired by her sister Olivia to support individuals with disabilities in Washington and their families alongside the Kitsap Parent Coalition and the Kitsap County Area Agencies on Aging. Emily also serves on the board of Kitsap Community Resources, serves as the co-chair of the Gorst Coalition Executive Committee, and is a founding member of a local group for people of color on the peninsula. She fiercely advocates for issues important to Kitsap residents. Congratulations, Emily.
Thank you so much. It's, as everyone else has said, such a tremendous honor to be celebrated tonight among this incredible group of all-stars. What an amazing group of leaders, as Carrie Oaksman said, our county has developed. I feel really honored to have grown up in this community, to have learned from grandparents who served our country, who worked at Harrison Hospital and the Bremerton Fire Department, from my mom, who was a board member of my preschool growing up and now serves on the board of Holly Ridge, and from so many educators and leaders who inspired me to seek a career in public service, even though it inspires my congressman to pray for me. I want to thank all of you for being here to celebrate with us today, and special thanks to my partner Allison, who is here with me and who makes sure that I'm able to do the work for our community that I am. Thank you so much.
Gretchen Ritter Lopatowski. Gretchen is the Creative and Marketing Manager for Kitsap Community Foundation and owner of 3 Leaves Design. Gretchen has a knack for creating beauty out of chaos. Gretchen launched her own business, 3 Leaves Design, in 2020. Her award-winning designs have elevated the presence of many Kitsap businesses and nonprofits. Her creative talent has translated to increased funds raised for several area nonprofits, including Kitsap Regional Library Foundation, Leadership Kitsap Foundation, Olympic College Foundation, Silverdale Chamber of Commerce, and now Kitsap Community Foundation as the Creative and Marketing Manager. She thrives on collaborating with others and supporting a good cause. Gretchen currently serves on the Leadership Kitsap Board and helped create new programs such as Lift, Thrive, and Hindsight 2020 as part of the organization's pandemic pivot. Gretchen is also a former Kitsap Young Professionals Board member. Selected as C-Film's poster contest winner in 2014, a fun standout design is her 12 by 16 foot poster on the corner of Park Avenue and 4th Street in Bremerton. Congratulations, Gretchen.
Wow, thank you. Holy moly, right? Congratulations to all of the fellow honorees. I'm super proud to be up here with all of you. Thank you for Leadership Kitsap for giving me this honor and providing the ability to be honored. I really appreciate it, and I'm really proud of everything that we've done being on the board for the past year. I would like to thank everyone that I'm just going to say everyone. I'm not going to name names, though I know you know who you are. Looking at you over there, and there's one over there. But thank you so much for leading me and teaching me to be the professional that I am here in Kitsap. I'm so proud to be a part of this community. And thank you for my husband, who brought me here. And teaches me every day to be strong and helps me design and build our house and our life together in this community.
Rachel Stapleton. Rachel is the Chief Appraiser for the Kitsap County Assessor's Office. Rachel began working in the Kitsap County Assessor's Office as a resident appraiser in 2002. She worked in the residential appraiser and commercial appraisal group before becoming an appraiser supervisor, and most recently, chief appraiser. Rachel is responsible for ensuring the accuracy of more than 120,000 real property parcels throughout the county on an annual basis. Her commercial and residential appraisal departments consistently rank in the top 3 to 4 most efficient appraisal groups in Washington state. Rachel is well respected for her professionalism, focusing on ensuring the accuracy of valuations, transparency, and maintaining a high level of customer service. Rachel volunteers weekly at her children's school, is a member of the PTSA, and a member of the community service team in the assessor's office. Congratulations, Rachel.
Thank you. I'll first thank Leadership Kitsap for giving me this opportunity. I'll be honest, at first I was really out of my comfort zone. But being recognized for our dedication and our career and our hard work is a really proud feeling, so thank you. I also want to thank my nominator, Phil Cook, the Kitsap County Assessor, for giving me this opportunity. And I'll just thank my friends and family for being here to celebrate with me tonight. Thank you. Especially my parents, who taught me the value of hard work from a really young age. So wouldn't be up here without them. So thank you, guys.
Denise Steele. Denise is an independent Sensi director. Denise mentors and leads a team of 84 independent Sensi consultants and ranks in the top 2% of her company. Sensi is a direct selling scented fragrance company. She is a membership committee chair for her local business networking international chapter. She serves on the Silverdale Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, where she chairs the Chamber's Accolades Committee and serves on the Gala, Education, and Military Affairs Committees. She uses her business platform to give back to the community. As an independent business owner, Denise consistently demonstrates an entrepreneurial spirit based on quality customer service and integrity. Congratulations, Denise.
Wow, this is such an honor. Thank you. I just want to say thank you to my husband, Garrett Steele, my parents, Dave and Sue Keel, and Abigail and Octavia, my daughters. They're 4 and 2, and they're my little assistants. You might have seen them helping me with stuff. And I also just want to say Kitsap County is such a treasure to live in, and I feel so grateful and blessed to be able to live in this county, and it's all in part because of all of you guys. Just listening to all the honorees and seeing all the people that support them, it is so clear that Kitsap cares, and we're such a giving community, so thank you for making it such a great place to raise a family.
Allison Wachtel. Allison is the founder and creative director of Dot Grid Studio. Allison is a creative consultant providing design work for mission-driven organizations supporting clients across the country, including the Boys and Girls Clubs of King County, Children's Equity Project, Teach for America, the Equity Lab, and more. Allison is deeply committed to educational equity and constantly works to bring forth diversity, equity, and inclusion through her design work. In summer 2020, Allison launched an anti-racist book club, which continues to meet virtually every 2 weeks. As a member of Vibe Co-works, Allison uses the forum to connect with other organizations and individuals on a pro bono basis to share information, advice, and opportunity. In the past year, she has connected with the Kitsap community by bringing groceries and baked goods to friends and neighbors who are immunocompromised, regularly donates blood, and maintains a refreshment station for delivery drivers. Through her design work and acts of service, Allison finds ways to inject positivity into our community. Congratulations, Allison.
Thank you. I know my duty at the end of the alphabet is to keep it short, but I do have to confess that in addition to Tiger King, I also watched Love is Blind at the beginning of this pandemic, so just want to get that out there. So I'm not a Kitsap native, far from it. I actually came here only less than 2 years ago via the U.S. military. My partner, Chase, is an active duty service member, and thanks on behalf of Chase. So I was actually really surprised to get this nomination. But after I thought about it for a little bit, I realized it's actually not that surprising because it's really a testament to the community of people that I found here who made sure that not only I, but everyone in our community was shouted out and received a nomination for the amazing, amazing work that they're doing. So thank you so much to that community who's all pretty much sitting at table 7. In particular, Elena and Marcel Inbach, Leah Persinger, and of course, my wonderful partner, Chase, without whom I would not be here and I would not have fallen in love with Kitsap. So thank you all so very much.
Alicia Weiss. Alicia is the founder and CEO of Skyhawk Press. Alicia began her career as an engineer for American Airlines and the Boeing Company. Worn down from the daily grind of commuting to Seattle, Alicia launched Skyhawk Press from her garage in 2010. A military veteran and spouse herself, Alicia employs an all-female team of military veterans and/or military spouses. Alicia serves on the Paulsbo Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors and was instrumental in establishing the Paulsbo Brewfest. At the start of the pandemic, Alicia helped create paulsbostrong.com to raise money for small businesses through the product releases and apparel sales. To date, Skyhawk Press has donated more than $50,000 to the Paulsbo area. $50,000 to Paulsbo area small businesses through these sales. Alicia is praised as a dynamic business leader and innovator. Congratulations, Alicia.
I'd just like to say thank you to the Paulsbo Chamber of Commerce for the nomination, the incredible Kathy and Irene. Thank you to the Skyhawk Press crew for entertaining all these crazy ideas and gently nudging me when I go a little too far. Biggest thank you goes to my husband, who is coming to you live from FaceTime because the Navy stationed him in Rhode Island and wanted my pandemic a little hashtag extra. But I came home on a ferry boat 10 years ago and said I want to make a change, and he's encouraged every step of the way, and I will forever be grateful. Thank you to my bestie Michelle, who's here with me tonight, who helped me survive with the 3 kiddos this past year. I would be remiss without adding Ted Lasso as a show you guys need to watch. If I had a spirit animal for this year, it would be Ted Lasso. So I haven't done Gilmore Girls. I don't know if I'm ready. My kids are too little, but I'll keep that in mind. But thank you guys very much.
So hallelujah wind up here. Corinne Wolf. Corinne is the Executive Director of Kids Discovery Museum, otherwise known as Kitty Mew. Corinne moved to Kitsap in 2017 and immediately became deeply involved volunteering for the Bainbridge Island School District as her school's annual auction chair, and then 2-term PTO president, and now serves on the PTO Coordinating Council, supporting PTOs at the district level. In early 2020, Kitty Mew was at a turning point, facing leadership change and in significant debt. Corinne stepped up from her role as development director to executive director. She not only reduced the museum's debt to 0, through her innovation and dedication to mission and community, she increased assets, found new ways to serve constituents, and revitalized the museum. When the museum couldn't be open to the public, Corinne added a highly successful preschool program and created a robust offering of at-home learning kits. She then ensured that the kits were accessible to anyone in need. Her constant work to create meaningful relationships and community partnerships ensures the museum will be accessible to all Kitsap families as a place to learn, discover, and grow well into the future. Congratulations, Corinne.
Thank you. Since I'm last, I feel like I should keep this short in case that bar is open. I did my best. Not only am I last, but I think I might be the oldest, clocking in at 39, so I want to thank Leadership Kitsap for this great honor while I still have time. But also, it's amazing to be honored with so many amazing community members that are doing amazing things, and it's just, I feel really overwhelmed by being a part of this group. Successful leaders surround themselves with great people, and so I really want to thank everyone at my table. The team at Kids Discovery Museum, I did not do that alone. I had an amazing group of volunteers and staff and our board of directors who were stepping in to do huge things with me so that we could thrive in a pandemic, which we did it. I don't know how. We open tomorrow to the public, by the way. It's a big week for us, so I have to plug it when I can. And last but not least, I want to thank my husband, because while I was doing all that, he was at home with our children. Because he got to work at home while I got to go to an office. So he did the homeschool, the Zoom, all the things, and so I want to thank him because he's been my biggest cheerleader over the years, and he did the heavy lifting this year. So thank you, everyone, and congratulations, everyone.
Let's hear it for the honorees one more time. Aren't you all so inspired now? Your stories are amazing. So thank you again to this evening's sponsors. Thank you, Representative Kilmer, Tina. I also want to offer you the opportunity to nominate next year's 20 Under 40. It's going to come up sooner than we think, this fall. So many outstanding nominees this year that are still under 40. So please take a moment when you see the nominations come out to nominate them, to give them the same honor. Leadership Kitsap fosters and empowers educated, prepared, and engaged community leaders. And our board of directors truly is committed to that mission, and the reason that we chose to host this annual, very important community event. So would my board members please stand? We are currently taking applications for the next year's leadership class of 2022. It's a big deal because we had to pause last year. And the applications are due on Tuesday, so many of you, I would love to see your application for Leadership Kitsap. And if you have any questions about our program, the board members that were standing can tell you all about it. We also have I think we have quite a few alumni in the room as well. So thank you, just ask. And also wanted to mention we have our Leadership Kitsap poster, but it also has 20 under 40 on it. You're welcome to take that. And it's a Gretchen Ritter-Lopatowski design, so you're welcome to take that on your way out. And also, I want to thank our event committee, because as I mentioned, it took many people to make this possible, and for all their behind-the-scenes work. So Gretchen, Freely's Design, for always making us look good. David Emmons, wild applause for the beautiful center misses. Bressa Smith, where'd Bressa go? Urbana White. And over with Bressa, Wendy Kyle, our Leadership Kitsap board president, who is also our Zoom host tonight. And then also board members Irene Carper and Jennifer Yeaman for helping us this evening. And I want to thank Broadsword Video Production. It was a challenge. Thank you, Rick and Aaron. We got it done. And thank you also James Mitchell, Bremerton-Kitsap Access Television, BCAT, for filming this evening. And thank you to our Leadership Kitsap executive sponsors, Kitsap Community Foundation. Thank you. The Campus Inn Hotel and Fort Madison Enterprises. So please look for a recording of this evening's program on BCAT. And also a special section in the next edition of the Kitsap Peninsula Business Journal. It will highlight each of the honorees. And let's see, photos from this evening will be available at the leadershipkitsap.org website in the next few days. Thank you, Logan, for your beautiful job. And honorees, when we're all done, I invite you just to move to your left, my right. We'll take a group photo. And I also have, this is housekeeping. I also have your cases for your awards under here, so we'll get those out so you can take those home with you. But again, thank you, and have a wonderful evening. And Kitsap, we're back!